Demeter,
Yes, brother.
I wish to take Persephone as my wife.
Oh, very funny, Hermes. Just change back now. You know Zeus despises your antics when you shift.
I take offence that you would presume I would take on the form of my foolish nephew.
You really, honestly, truly think that I would agree to your marriage to my only daughter? All that time with the dead has begun to rot your mind, brother.
I do not say this with light intent.
Look, you may wish for what you would like, brother. It doesn't mean it will come true. Surely you're old enough for folk tales to be understood as works of folly.
I should try another way.
Watch yourself, little brother. You may be the god of the underworld, but you're toying with my daughter, and no distance will be great enough if you attempt anything remotely sinister. Are we clear?
We shall see what Persephone has to say then, shan't we?
Like Tartarus.
Did you know red and white flowers together are considered bad luck? Because they represent like blood and bandages. Apparently they're foretellers of death.
Maybe somebody should tell Aphrodite and Ares.
So Hades needed healing, and Paeon, he took this liquid from the root of a magical flower. But unfortunately, Asclepius, he wasn't very happy with the success, and he wanted him dead because of it.
Oh my! Why would Asclepius want that? Isn't he a healer as well?
Well, he's just jealous. I mean, Paeon is his student, and he outshone him.
Ugh, so childish.
Right? But anyway, my dad saved him and turned him into a peony.
Is there anything about you? Or your mother?
What do you mean?
Well, surely your mother, the literal goddess of agriculture, has a flower in her honour.
Well, my mother does have this sacred grove where all of her worshippers work. But this one guy, he had this ridiculously long-winded Greek name, right? But he didn't believe in us gods, and he kept stealing the firewood.
Isn't it incredibly stupid to intrude on a god or goddess's sacred ground?
Very much so, and worse still if you steal from it. But one time he came in and he beheaded one of the worshippers.
What did she do? Isn't Demeter famed for her temper?
I wouldn't say famed, but she definitely has one. But God, it's nothing compared to my father's. You don't have to pretend. I know my love of flowers is of no interest to you.
I know. Persephone! Where are you going?
Come then. There must be some more interesting flora beyond the grove.
Perhaps you should wait until your mother can bear witness. I would be happier with her nearby. And you're not a goddess yet, Persephone.
I'm too.
Persephone, slow down! Slow down!
Speed up.
Persephone, I don't like this.
Oh, don't be so sensible. I get enough of that from my mother. Anemone, look at that!
Persephone! Oh no.
Demeter! 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 Ah! Helios!
Hush yourself, Anemone.
Whatever are you doing, you fool? Do you make it a daily task to accost young women?
I'm not the time for your dramatics. I've seen what happened to Persephone. And I would advise that you don't tell Demeter.
Why should I listen to you? Persephone's my friend, and she's been kidnapped, Helios. Wouldn't you want your mother and father to search for you?
Demeter has a temper to rival Zeus. If you tell her, she will erupt into a rage, and you may get caught in the crossfire.
What should I do then?
Leave it to me. Don't talk to anybody, don't tell anybody. I will deal with it.
Fine. But trust that you do deal with it, Helios. She's my friend, and I would much rather see her on this side of the earth than under it.
Hades, I beg of you. Please return my daughter.
She's my wife now. I cannot simply release her.
She's a child, Hades. You cannot hold a child hostage.
She is not a child, sister.
Don't insist on me. You have my child, my daughter, trapped against her will in your filthy clutches. If you do not return her to me in 3 days, I will.
Cerberus, caught your tongue.
Demeter, if I may interrupt,
What, Helios?
Persephone is a beautiful woman and very kind. And maybe the breath of fresh air the underworld needs?
My daughter is not an ornament to be obtained, Helios. She is a person, and she will not remain in the underworld as a breath of fresh air. Hades, hear me well, for I will only say this once. If you do not return Persephone to me within 3 days, then I will refuse my duties for every day she is not home.
How does your negligence serve to punish me?
The world will die. Humans will die. Do you think that Zeus will let that slip by? No. The earth will die, and Zeus will force Persephone's return for the earth to thrive. That is your punishment.
Sister, what are you doing? You're neglecting your duty as goddess of the harvest. The humans are beginning to die.
Am I?
I haven't time for
My
your
mistake.
wordy riddles, sister. Attend to your duties or face the consequences.
What consequences could you lay upon me that haven't already been wrought?
Whatever are you blethering about? What consequences?
You really forget yourself, brother. That title seems only to be further filling your head with air.
Watch yourself. I'm still king of the gods.
Yes, I am somewhat aware.
Then answer the question. Why have you been neglecting your duties?
I have no energy, no drive, no nothing anymore. My heart has long been cold with the absence of my daughter.
You're neglecting your duties because your daughter has left you, Demeter. Children leave their parents. Goddesses and gods even more so.
She didn't leave me, brother. She was taken by Hades.
How do you know she was taken, Demeter? That's a serious accusation.
For an almighty being, you appear to not know a lot of what transpires beneath your watchful eye, brother.
Another...
I know, because Hades himself told me he has her in his filthy clutches. He gloated about the fact.
Another god has already come to me with this situation. I believe I may know a way in which you're both kept happy.
Agape,
Yes, Lord Hades.
summon Persephone, would you? I must speak with her.
Would you like her to your quarters, sire, or here?
Here is fine.
Yes, sir. I shall be back imminently. Persephone for you, sire.
Thank you, Agape. You may leave now. Are you aware that we are in the fields of the ever-blessed? The ground upon which we walk varies, dependent upon who is present. Some see the sea, others soft grass. But for you, it would seem crops due to be harvested. How are you finding life in the underworld, wife? Have you perhaps taken a vow of silence?
No.
Ah, she speaks. I begin to wonder if someone had taken your voice away.
They have.
Don't be like that. If we'd acknowledged my advances in the first place, we wouldn't even be here.
Have you considered the fact that I did acknowledge your advances, but chose to remain on the side of Earth that actually bears life?
There is life here, in the underworld.
Life in the underworld. What a stupid thing to say.
How do you even know that, Persephone? Have you even explored yet?
No, because I'm trapped within these walls like an animal. No, that's not fair. Cerberus has more freedom than I do, and he is a literal animal.
If you were anything like your mother, with each passing day you are, I know for a fact that Demeter would run. Therefore you would too.
Oh, so he's not completely dense then? You know, your people skills really aren't as bad as legend says.
Watch your tone. I am a king, and you will respect me in my domain, lest you be thrown to Tartarus for punishment.
Whatever. Be probably just as torturous as my life here.
Wife,
Do not call me wife. I have a name.
Persephone, then. Allow me to extend an olive branch of sorts.
What are these?
Pomegranate seeds.
Daughter, are you all right? I will get you home, I promise. Do not worry.
Ladies, Persephone, Demeter wishes for your return. I've agreed on one condition. Are you being forced to remain in the underworld? Are you being held against your will?
I am not sure I understand the question.
Do you like the underworld?
I love my husband.
Do you wish to
That
stay
was
there
not
as
the
well?
question. What did you do?
There's not much to eat in the underworld. She only had a few pomegranate seeds.
There's no pomegranate seeds bind people, Hades.
Do I? Whoops.
So help me, Hades. If you do not release the spell you have placed upon my daughter, I will completely abandon my duties. Do not make me do it, brother. Do not make me swear it. If Persephone isn't released from her spell and returns to me safely, I will do it. I will swear it.
I have a compromise. How many seeds did she eat, brother?
6.
Then she will remain with you in the underworld as your wife and queen for 6 months of the year. Demeter, you get Persephone for the remaining 6 months of the year. Half and half. That is my final decision. No more fighting, no more refusal of duties. Is that clear, Hades? Demeter?
It doesn't look as though I have much choice, does it, brother?
Works perfectly for me. Come now, wife. Time for us to return home.